The last few weeks have been hard. Not terrible by any means, but just hard. I don't talk a lot about what I do other than when I'm hiking or taking photos and videos. I also serve. I'm a pastor of a small country church out here in Kansas. Not exactly what I had planned to be doing right now. When I retired from the Army, I went to seminary and went into ministry. And then I had retired in North Carolina and thought that those days were probably a closed chapter of life. When we moved here, we started going to this little country church, and the pastor there was tired, and he was 88. He told me that he was just tired. So eventually I assumed that role. And I love everybody there. It's a wonderful place to be. One of the things that I've learned in the old country church is that you end up feeling alone sometimes. Sometimes I'm tired. I'm an introvert. Like when I was in the Army, at the Army War College, they taught us that about 80% of Army officers are introverts. And so that just means that we get our energy from being alone. It's some extroverts, you get your energy when you're around people. I can be around people and I can care for them, but at the same time, I need to get alone to recharge my batteries. This week I'm at the Montgomery County State Lake. Found this a few weeks ago, and it's just a beautiful little spot. I hope you enjoy it too. Well, it's hard to resist getting out and taking a couple of pictures. What I have is this little stump of a tree that's sort of sitting out into the water a little bit, and it just sort of looks in a bit of a disarray, sort of like the way I'm feeling these days. And so I thought I'd take it. I'm trying to get as narrow depth of field as I can, so I'm going to put it all the way down to f1.2 on this lens. This is my Viltrox. I'm going to take and focus right on that log. Just like that. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not sure I like it. Let me open the aperture up, maybe f8, and we'll see what that looks like. It's pretty dark, so we'll lower the shutter speed so I can get more light in here. About 1/25th of a second. Maybe, yeah, 1/15th. 1/15th of a second, and it's f8, ISO 100. So if you can see them, some geese flew in while I was taking that photo. I'm going to drive on around to the backside of the lake, see what it looks like over there. Okay, well, I was walking around the perimeter of the lake, and then I see this little rock here, this outcropping of rock, which is pretty neat. See the textures of the rock all in here. And then there's this one little cedar that's popping out from behind. And I'm going to see if I can't take a picture of that for you. Let me set up here, and I'll I'll work on this one. You know, sometimes things just catch your eye, and they can be the best little finds that you get. Let me set this up. All right. Yeah. There's the little cedar, and there's lots of stuff behind it, and I really don't want that. So what I'm going to do is, well, you know, that's sort of neat. That is sort of neat. Well, show you why I like this tripod. You can pull these legs out. I don't like the sound of that. And you can set it right down on the ground. And with no center post, it just it works really well. All right, so I've got the aperture wide open at f1.2. I've pulled the shutter speed all the way up to 1/2000th of a second in order to get it where it's not clipping on either end. So the darks aren't too dark, and with all that bright sky. But you know, I wonder, there's one more thing I want to try. I haven't used this much, this technique, but it's changing the focus area. And if I bring it down to a spot focus area, see, I got that spot down on the top of the rock here. One last thing I will do on this is I'm going to get a portrait mode of this. Let me come over here on the side. I'm going to bring it up like this so I can get the whole thing. I don't do many portrait mode shots either. Most of my stuff is landscape because I just like getting it in there. But this one may lend itself to something like that. Yeah, let's try that. Here's another spot on the lake. Hear the crows, maybe. They don't like me being here. There's geese over there in the lake. I'm just going to sit up here. I enjoyed my time at Montgomery State Lake, but it just was lacking something. So I went back to my favorite at Elk City State Park. And it never fails to give me something special, like this little kestrel. I hope you enjoy it. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay on the path. God bless you.